Welcome to Late Night Vibes with Anil Suhani here on NTV Houston. Thank y'all so much for joining us. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that. That's right. It's going down. It's a Sunday Fun Day edition, of course, every Sunday with our very times 14, because episode 14 is about to be in the books. Special guest in the studio coming in just a bit. He's got such a track record. Let me just read this down for you, ladies and gentlemen. The current board vice president for the Stafford Municipal School District, as well as the first Latino communications director for the Fort Bend County Judge's Office, and of course the hometown hero for Fort Bend Magazine, and currently, that's right, he's still going, the city council candidate for the city of Stafford. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have hometown hero, as mentioned, Xavier Herrera in the studios in just a bit. I try to roll my double R's. I'm not that, I guess fluent in Spanish. Double R is like the, the cute little purr. But I'm sure editors can add a little purr to my little Xavier Herrera announcement there. Really excited to have him in the studio. We're going to talk about anything and everything that we can in regards to his life and his journey and so on. So sit tight. It's going to be a great one, and we're going to talk a little bit about politics here and there as well. I'm not a fan of politics at all. I do not talk about it. I feel like it divides more than it brings together, and that's what I really want to do in life, bring people together and have a great time doing it. But we'll dive into some interesting stuff that's been happening this past week or two since the year has begun. First and foremost, President Trump, the Trump administration is trying to push through a last-minute rule that could force banks to offer loans to gun makers, to which Vegas tycoon and gun proponent Dan Bilzerian took offense and can be seen here venting out his frustrations while training his security interns. That's right. What else we got? See, dozens of remote villages in Alaska lack any connection to roads or hospitals, and ultra-cold freezers are essentially non-existent where COVID vaccines can be kept. The vaccine, though, has been distributed by special shipments for Alaska Native tribes. Providers have mobilized a massive effort that delivers thousands of doses to remote parts of the state. All in all, giving new meaning to the age-old Eskimo Brothers. That's right, Eskimo Brothers. Sorry, inside jokes. And if you know what an Eskimo brother is, you get it. I'm sure everyone's been an Eskimo brother or two. We won't go into further detail about that. Let's see. Oh, the Pope is in the news. That's right. Pope Francis offered prayers last Sunday for those who lost their lives during the siege at the U.S. Capitol and encouraged Americans to come together in a spirit of reconciliation. Also seen here, addressing crowds using diverse musical backgrounds. That's right. Pope's really trying to get all that fanfare there and build that clout. Sorry, I don't like these words. It sounds kind of funny to me. But let's see. If you're a golf fan, this is right up your alley. The PGA of Americas has canceled plans to hold a major golf tournament at Trump Organization Golf Course in New Jersey next year, citing concern over the organization's brand. That's right. To which Topgolf responded with their pitch to win a new contract. That's right. Impeachment holds. That's right. Finally, golfer Justin Thomas, that's right. We're talking about golf here, apologized for muttering a homophobic slur under his breath after he missed a putt during the Century Tournament of Champions in Kapalua, Hawaii, on Saturday. The golfer said he was unaware that he even said the slur until the round was played. Shortly after the incident, Thomas spoke with the Golf Channel, offering up an apology, quote, "It's unexcusable," and then he jumped into his homophobic swear jar to avoid further questioning. That's right. There we go. That's a little bit of the news, a little small doses of news, because I feel like too much of it can be overwhelming. But when we come back from this little short break, we're going to have Xavier Herrera in the building. We're going to talk about politics and life, anything and everything in between, and his journey above all. So sit tight. We'll be back with more Late Night Vibes with Anil Suhani here on NTV Houston.
amazing things for you.
59 और वेस्ट बेलफोर्ड पर है नुक्कड़ ढाबा, जहां के मशहूर जमाना बॉम्बे तंदूरी चिकन, पहाड़ी बोटी, चिकन चटपटा और बटर चिकन तो आप जानते ही होंगे। अगर आप बॉम्बे चाइनीज खाना पसंद करते हैं तो जरूर उनके चिकन लॉलीपॉप और चिकन चिली ट्राई करिएगा। और एनटीवी ह्यूस्टन का नाम लेने पर स्पेशल है $1.99 में कॉर्न सूप। सुबह 8 से लेकर रात के 2 बजे तक नुक्कड़ ढाबा आपकी खिदमत के लिए खुला होता है। For takeout and other inquiries, call 281-575-1178 at the corner of West Belfort and 59. Nukkad Dhaba.
Light up your new year with a top-rated luxury SUV from Ron Carter Cadillac. Drive the new 2021 XT4 Luxury Collection for $319 a month, the new 2021 XT5 Luxury Collection for $399 a month, or the new 2021 XT6 Luxury Collection for $459 a month. All for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Shop smarter when you shop Ron Carter. RonCarterCadillac.com.
When it comes to protecting yourself and your partners, all the information out there can be overwhelming. Visit our website. We are a free and confidential service striving to help you stay informed and stay notified. We are committed to a healthy Houston.
Welcome back to Late Night Vibes with Anil Suhani here on NTV Houston. Thank y'all so much for joining us. Episode 14, Sunday Fun Days in the house. Segment 2 about to be in the books. Ladies and gentlemen, this introduction is pretty exciting, I gotta say for myself. Being a Houstonian and living around the parts of Stafford, Missouri City, Sugar Land, and everything else. That's a mouthful for me to even say. My next guest is the Board Vice President for the Stafford Municipal School District. The first Latino Communications Director for the Fort Bend County Judge's Office, and the hometown hero for Fort Bend Magazine, and currently the City Council candidate for Stafford. Ladies and gentlemen, Herrera is his last name, Xavier is his first. Xavier Herrera, come on down!
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's a great welcome. I got to go ahead and send you the check for that one. I really appreciate that.
All right, make it out to Anil Suhani.
We'll do. We'll definitely do. Thank you very much for that.
What's up, man? So I gotta say, this is quite the list of accolades and roles and hats you put on there. So from your family being generation after generation of public service members. And for you to be the first Latino Communications Director for the Fort Bend County Judge's Office, what was that journey like to get to where you are today?
Well, I have to say, I truly, honestly appreciate and thank Fort Bend County Judge KP George for allowing me the opportunity to go ahead and serve in this capacity. He's a great guy, a great boss, and his commitment to Fort Bend County is bar none. So he makes my job a lot easier. I'll be honest with you though, man, he's got the drive of a 15-year-old. He's constantly going, which we're constantly hustling and chasing him down. So I'm really appreciative of the opportunity and what he's done. And as a team, holistically, we're just looking to go ahead and serve the county as best as we can and do the best.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
So what's it like in the court? Like, are you often in the courthouse and kind of viewing him do the whole court system and everything?
So, yeah, you have a number of staff members there. There's a total of 8.
Okay.
Obviously, I oversee communications. You have Tharl Patel, who's the chief of staff, who oversees the day-to-day operations of everything. We have an office manager, a grants coordinator. We have an agenda director.
Wow.
So we're at the courthouse daily and just constantly serving in our various roles.
So is it anything like Judge Judy or Mathis or all those crazy, television reality show judges that they have?
So let me go ahead and kind of stop you right there. So in Texas, when you say county judge, you stereotypically think of a judicial judge.
True.
Judge George is a judge in title name, if you will, but he is not a judicial judge. Sure. He's a constitutional judge. So to kind of put it into aspects, you take a look at a mayor, and he is basically the mayor of the county, if you will.
Right.
He oversees Commissioner's Court.
Okay.
And he looks at and is elected by the county, the people at large, excuse me, where you have 4 county commissioners, and each one of them are area specific. He, again, is elected at large.
Did you have to do this whole research before you signed up or you applied for it, or was it like just like an Indeed or a LinkedIn request, like, I'm looking for a job, Judge?
Well, it's kind of interesting that you mentioned that. I've known the judge for quite some time, and he was a trustee with Fort Bend ISD, and I was a trustee, or still am a trustee, excuse me, for the Stafford Municipal School District, and we would bump into each other quite a bit of social events and meetings, and we'd see each other from time to time in Austin, especially during the legislative session. And we became good friends, and we talked about some things. And lo and behold, here I am in Fort Bend County, and I really am appreciative of him thinking highly of me enough to go ahead and hire me and bring me on and just provide whatever I can to the county.
That's what's up. See, I graduated from the Fort Bend School District as well.
Did you?
Go Clements Rangers, that's right. Clements Rangers in the house.
You'll have to forgive me. It's Stafford Spartans. You know.
Oh,
hey,
all right,
but that's all right. That's okay.
It's okay. At the end of the day, we still are
Go Cougs. That's it.
right.
That's it.
That's what's up.
Got that Coug love.
That's amazing, man. Okay, so
Yeah.
alongside these regular questions, I had some funny questions I want to sprinkle in here and
Yeah.
there. Usually every episode, I like to play a little Would You Rather. Would you rather? We have a little animation thing, though.
Sure.
Editors are amazing. I love you guys. So let's get right into it. And sometimes I like to play around with different types of funny questions. So
Fair enough.
If you had a time machine, would you travel to the future or back to the past?
That's a good question. You kind of stumped me with that one, but I'm probably going to go ahead and go to the past. Okay. I'm more old school in my thought process and habits and whatnot. I've got an appreciation of the classic music, and I love classic cars. So, while I have a fond appreciation and thoughts of the future and whatnot, the past.
Okay.
Yeah.
What decade? You're saying classic cars, 60s, 70s? What are we talking?
I'd say 60s, 70s. But if we have a time machine, that means we can go ahead and bounce around. So I'd probably go ahead and bounce around from decade to decade and just see how it goes on. For each one.
Trial and error, trial by fire.
There you go. There we go.
That's what's up. All right, interesting. I would have to agree. I absolutely love Back to the Future.
There you
the
go.
first one was one of my favorite ones when he goes back to the 50s, and it's just a crazy old corral there. So I love that. That's whole. And the third one was actually in a real corral back in the,
Yes.
1800s.
Yeah.
That's what's up. We're on the same wavelength here.
There you go.
That's what's up. So, hometown hero for Fort Bend Magazine. Last year, was it? I think it was a year or 2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago.
Okay. All right. So how did you achieve this accolade, and what does it mean to you, and how can I be a hometown hero?
Well, yeah, you're already one. You're here.
All right.
There you go. I was contacted by the editor of the Fort Bend Focus magazine. I have no idea how they got my information. I didn't really seek the accolade, if you will. I really didn't go out and talk to folks and do stuff. But
you didn't kiss any babies?
Well, I always do that. We're in politics, mind you. So, hey, we got to kind of do a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Maybe not now because of COVID, but back then, I say back then like it's been a really long time. It's only been a year.
Yeah.
But people found out about my community involvement. So when I was first elected in 2015 to Stafford Municipal School District, I brought Carlos Coscos, used my contacts. He was the Secretary of State at the time, and brought him over to Stafford. First time ever that a Secretary of State had ever touched, a Stafford property, if you will, whether it's the city of Stafford or the Stafford Municipal School District. One thing that I constantly preach and talk about is public service. That's if anything, that's a legacy and a thought that I want to leave each and every one of my sons. I expect each and every one of them to go ahead and rise to the occasion, if you will, no matter what their career path will be or may be. Once you make it, you got to give back to your community. That's the way I was raised. As you know, my uncle was the fire chief for the city of Houston.
Yes.
He was one of the first people of color in the mayor's office. My other uncle served in the Marines, and he was White House detail under former President John F. Kennedy. And my grandfather was one of the first people of color of the U.S. Merchant Marines. So there was a track record of public service. My wife serves as a teacher with the Stafford Municipal School District. My aunt also did that. So public service is key. So I believed in giving back, and hey, look, we hear you. It seems like you don't have a lot of time, in the day, or maybe you have a lot of time in the day, however you look at it.
Right.
But we really appreciate what you're doing, and we want to go ahead and interview you and talk to you and go from there. So I was caught off guard, but really appreciative of the recognition.
Right, there you go. Fort Bend Magazine. That's not a walk in the park. It's exciting to get there. And so, you mentioned your wife is also in the public education sector, right?
Yes. So she's employed by the Stafford Municipal School District, but she was already employed prior to me being elected.
Okay, gotcha. You didn't even have to pull a string or anything.
No. That's all above board.
There you go. That's what's up. Off the air, we discussed questions, but then you talked about some of the hobbies and some of the things you do as well.
Right.
Antiquing.
Yes, I love it. I'm trying to do more and more of it. My wife, she tends to have some reservations. I think she thinks that it's a little bit more expensive. It's an expensive hobby.
Sure.
Because obviously, if I see something that catches my fancy or my eye, it's like, oh, got to get it, But I love it. Any particular chance we can do it, I'm all on board. My son and his girlfriend at the time, this past weekend,
sure.
they were going out and doing it. I said yes. My wife said no, and unfortunately, she was feeling a little bit under the weather at that time, but man, I try to do it as much as I can.
You said there's TV shows on antiquing, by the way, and I think about it, and I'm like, you guys feel like there's like some sort of an endless loop? Like a show starts off with antiquing, or I got this, and then the following month or something, the same people who went out antiquing are also on Hoarders. You know what I mean? So,
well, hopefully that won't be me, even though I've been accused of hoarding certain things at times,
Really?
Well, I do have a extensive sports memorabilia collection, and I do have quite a few other things. So yeah, they just kind of look at it like it's just taking up space. And I'm like, are you kidding me? That's an Earl Campbell helmet. Are you kidding me? That's a Nolan Ryan baseball bat.
Wow.
Come on,
That's Texas legacy right
that's
there.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what's up. Okay, cool. All right, so we got funny questions here and there.
Yeah.
So, if Hollywood made a movie about yourself, about you, Xavier Herrera, who would you like to see play the lead role?
You know what? I am older. I am Latino. I'm probably going to end up going with Jimmy Smits. Of course, she's got to go ahead and rock the goatee, though, and he did before. In all fairness, but when you saw him in West Wing, he was clean shaven. But no, we got to bring it back.
All right, that's what's up. I'm glad you didn't go too extreme and choose that guy. Who's the guy from Saved by the Bell? Mario Lopez or something.
Come on, man. Have you seen me?
All my Latino friends.
I'm not going to be able to. Number one, he's not going to be able to pull this off.
It's a coming of age scene, so it's probably you before, I don't know, whatever caused you to be wherever you are today. You feel, I don't know.
Believe it or not, actually, I don't know if I still have it, but I had a photo of me when I was in high school. I had my football pads, the shoulder pads on. Okay. There's a photo of Bo Jackson where he had the shoulder pads and the helmet. The baseball bat, and he's doing this and showing some stuff. My wife, her recollection doesn't really see
match
it.
That? Okay.
Yeah, but I swear I have it somewhere. It was true. So there was a six-pack and whatnot. Not that you can see.
Then
it
they got
now.
replaced by a keg.
There you go. That's it. Did.
Well, I'm saying we really are on many wavelengths, right?
Hey.
I really just recently crossed the line of locking down my love. I just got married a couple weeks ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So I remind her every day. That's right. This keg is all yours, sweetie.
Hey, there you go.
It
can only get gooder from there. I was playing around and said gooder.
Gooder. There you go. That's what's up. What made you say family and friends first? Because I see people and I hear variations. I hear family and friends always, but they're always in either second, third, fourth place, whatever. But you're the first person I think we've had that kind of listed it out first and foremost.
So I'll say this. You, no matter what, who you are as a person, everything, family and friends, that's the glue.
True.
That's what sticks about you. whether it's your mother, your wife, your father, your husband, your brother, your children. That's your nucleus. That's your group. I give everything to my wife. I know there are times that she and I may not see eye to eye on some things, and you have, trust me, being with her for 30 years, you're going to go through some turbulent times and whatnot, but you know, I sincerely have to say that I truly love her. I'm blessed to have her with me and by my side, and I'll have to say she's a very special person because she has the patience to deal with a person like me. With that. You know, she's my rock. She's my glue. My kids, as much as they sometimes at times drive me crazy, you know, I mean, I love each and every one of them to death. As a matter of fact, my youngest, the one we just mentioned, he had one time when he was a child, he had me just livid upset and made me laugh at the same time because he was in his diapers.
All right.
My wife was at work, and I don't know what I was doing, but you know, I come out to the restroom, I'm yelling his name, and I hear some stuff, and all of a sudden, I'm seeing him. I'm seeing a whole bunch of toilet paper rolls.
Yeah.
Toilet. Water all over the place, and I'm livid because I'm thinking, oh my God,
What is he
all
doing?
this mess, what is he doing? And then just the look of him just, you know, had me going. So I had a mixture of emotions, but I mean, just to go ahead and see him, his brothers, you know, grow up to be the men that they are and they will be.
Yeah.
You know, I really am truly fortunate and blessed. And my friend, I hope that you and your wife will experience the same joys. I really, truly, honestly do. You know, it's a roller coaster, and I've never really had an appreciation for roller coasters. My wife will tell you I have a heights thing.
You have a heights thing.
I have a heights thing. You know, I have to mentally get prepared. As a matter of fact, when I was dating her, obviously I'm a guy, and you know you have to hold that line. But yeah, we were at Astral back in the day.
Astro World.
Yeah, I had to bring that back.
Yeah.
That tells you how far back I've been around.
I remember Astro World. I'm not that old.
Hey, okay. But you know, we, you know, she wanted to go on this roller coaster. I didn't, you know, but come on, this is one of the dates, you know. Forget that.
You got to
we're
toughen
gonna-
up. Like, yeah, I got this.
Exactly.
No big deal.
Let's just say this. I was good when we were on the ground. I was good when we were sitting down. Maybe not so much when they start to lock you up.
Oh, that's it. That's it. You're mentally like, this is
I was
how
already kind of freaking out, but you know, we're still trying to play it cool. You know, again, freshman, football, baseball, that whole thing, macho, blah blah blah. But once you start to click up and go up and up, yeah, that coolness started to lose its thing real
It's
quick.
out like a light.
It really was, but you know. To go back to the question, family, it's awesome. These are experiences, good, bad, and ugly.
Yeah.
You know, she's the best person. She's the best.
And you're not just saying all this because she's in the room watching you, are you?
God, no.
Okay, no, just
God,
making
no.
sure.
She knows. We've had some interesting conversations before where, like I said, I'll upset you, but I won't lie to you. I'm a little too lazy to go ahead and remember lies anyway, so... You know, it's one of those things. Sometimes she doesn't believe me, though, and I'm like, really?
I'll ask you this last funny question. We'll take a little break.
Let's do it.
All right. So, if aliens landed in front of you in your house today,
Right.
and in exchange for anything you desire, offered you any position on their planet, what would you want?
Besides emperor or king, you know, that's an interesting one. And man, I don't know. That's
City council for aliens? I don't know.
Sure, why not? No, you know, mayor's good. Mayor's good. You know, it's something that you want to stay local with and closer to the people.
There you go. You
So
become
there
a
you go.
hometown hero to a hometown galaxy hero or something. There we go.
You know, local product, you know, went to a Houston area school, University of Houston, Houston Community College, you know, that whole deal, employed locally, so hey.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what's up. We're sitting with Xavier Herrera. We're going to take a very short break. When we come back, we got more to come here on Late Night Vibes with Anil Sohani. Sit tight. We'll be back.
59 और वेस्ट बेलफोर्ड पर है नुक्कड़ ढाबा, जहां के मशहूर जमाना बॉम्बे तंदूरी चिकन, पहाड़ी बोटी, चिकन चटपटा और बटर चिकन तो आप जानते ही होंगे। अगर आप बॉम्बे चाइनीज खाना आप पसंद करते हैं तो जरूर उनके चिकन लॉलीपॉप और चिकन चिली ट्राई करिएगा। और एनटीवी ह्यूस्टन का नाम लेने पर स्पेशल है $99 में कॉर्न सूप। सुबह 8 से लेकर रात के 2 बजे तक नुक्कड़ ढाबा आपकी खिदमत के लिए खुला होता है। फॉर टेक आउट एंड अदर इंक्वायरीज कॉल 281-575-1178 at the corner of West Belfort and 59. Nukkad Dhaba.
Light up your new year with a top-rated luxury SUV from Ron Carter Cadillac. Drive the new 2021 XT4 Luxury Collection for $319 a month, the new 2021 XT5 Luxury Collection for $399 a month, or the new 2021 XT6 Luxury Collection for $459 a month. All for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Shop smarter when you shop Ron Carter. RonCarterCadillac.com.
When it comes to protecting yourself and your partners, all the information out there can be overwhelming. Visit our website. We are a free and confidential service striving to help you stay informed and stay notified. We are committed to a healthy Houston.
Welcome back to Late Night Vibes with Anil Sohani here on NTV Houston. Thank y'all so much for joining us. The final segment of the day, Sunday Fun Day, is about to be in the books. We have with us Xavier Herrera. If you missed his introduction, watch segment 2 again, because that was too hard to do again and again. So either way, city council candidate for the city of
Stafford,
Texas. That's
yes,
right.
Sir.
Right
yes,
down
sir.
the street. We're in Stafford right now. So
yes, we are.
So what made you want to get into this direction? Because I know you're working with Judge KP George for Fort Bend County.
Right.
And so now you want to get into city council yourself. Tell me about that.
Yeah. So as mentioned before, I worked for former Houston mayor. First started out with Bob Lanier. Bill White, then went on with Anise Parker,
Okay.
then went on to work with a number of elected officials in Harris County. And as mentioned, public service is what I feel personally is my calling.
Okay.
Currently, I serve as the board vice president for the Stafford Municipal School District.
Very nice.
Also serve as the chairman for the City of Stafford's Planning and Zoning Commission.
Okay.
So it's just one of those things where I looked at it. My son is a junior. And it's time. There's an opening with the Stafford City Council.
Okay.
And, I just believed, why not? Let's go ahead and go for it. It also provides an opportunity for somebody who has a vested interest in the school district to go ahead and come on in and bring a new set of ideas, fresh set of ideas, if you will. At least for me, and speaking in the singular, I think that if you've been, especially in a public education setting, for quite some time, then maybe things get a little bit stale. And when you talk about the youth, when you talk about our kids and their education, obviously they're going to have their own sets of challenges and the things that they'll be doing. The way you and I grew up and the way you and I, even though you're much younger than me, the way we learned and the way we were educated traditionally is quite different from the way these kids are learning, as it should be.
True.
Life changes, and so should their preparedness be done, And now it seems like in education we're trying to go ahead and do more of a Google setting, open areas and trying to open-ended learn and whatnot. We're not there yet, but we're working our way to get there. But I think that it behooves a person to be elected to the school board if they're vested, and if if you've got kids there and you've been around, I mean, that's the reason why I did it.
That's the long haul, yeah. So they see that you're really working towards something that you want to build greater for your kids and so on.
It really is. So when I went knocking on doors in 2015, people asked me all the time, "Hey, what's your experience?" And I tell them my experience. Okay, great. We know you know how to do the job, but why are you doing this? Well, honestly, however you take this. It's because I have kids there, I have nephews and nieces, but I mean, it's more personal when you have your children there. And I had 3 great boys, and 2 already graduated from Stafford. I've got my son who's a junior, and it's just an opportunity to go ahead and go off and do something else, let somebody come on in. So
That's what's up. I feel like the way that the school system is moving, just like everything else is moving, like you said, it's meant to move forward because that's what the future is all about.
Yes.
I feel like we're slowly but surely aiming to get to the Jetsons. You remember the cartoon, The Jetsons?
I do.
Everything's
I
so
do.
futuristic. We got,
Yes.
FaceTime is the norm now.
Right.
And I think, I kind of see what you mean when you said that, things are progressing.
They're
in that
progressing. I
direction.
mean, when I was coming up, and I hate to say this because now I'm really going to show my age, but they have flash drives now.
Yep.
And then of course you have smaller and smaller little items to go ahead and
Micro everything.
Yeah. So for me, coming up, I'm an '80s kid.
Okay.
We had these big fat floppy discs.
Yeah.
And to go from that to where we're at now, just is crazy. I had a video game. It was a football video game. It was like this big and bink, bink, bink. Now you look at the graphics of these video games and how much smaller
Madden
they
and
are.
all these
Madden,
crazy, yeah.
and the things that they do. I mean, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
As it should be, though.
True.
The more we evolve, the more we're learning, the more we're able to go ahead and do other greater things.
That's what's up.
So I mean, it's just process of life.
So I got to ask you this. You described public service in detail. After generations of public service, folks in your family, you describe uncles and so on. I'm kind of surprised a little bit that you didn't really rebel or go against the grain or a different path. What kept you on a straight and narrow and kind of focused continuously on the route of public service and not go into like private and so on?
It's funny you mention that. That I have to attribute to my grandmother. Oh, okay. So, I was raised by my mother and grandmother. Okay. My mother had 3 jobs. Wow. So she was constantly working. She was a single parent. Really appreciate her and everything she's done for me. Of course. But my grandmother was the one who raised me, and she wouldn't let me steer too far away from things. As a matter of fact, I joke about it now, but she had the old Hispanic Latino way of making sure that you wouldn't sway. Whether it
with
was
the chancla. With
the chancla, which is for those that may not know that word, I'll go ahead and translate by saying that it's the sandal. But she also had the extension cord or even a tree branch.
Hit you a switch.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me tell you, I rarely grew confidence to go ahead and talk back. But when I did, especially in the beginning when it started in elementary school, I remember the first time it was David G. Burnett Elementary in Houston, Texas. We were walking from school home, and she was telling me that I needed to go ahead and do some homework. And to paraphrase, basically, I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. You kidding me? I'm going to go watch cartoons, and I'm going to do this, this, and this. Let me tell you, brother. Forget about it. She's like, oh, okay. So she went and grabbed the tree branch, literally cleared it out. No, the leaves were gone. You know that little, the white part of it, once you get the exterior out?
Yeah.
Man, let me tell you, that little area between your butt cheeks and your leg, man, I don't know how she did it, but she got it perfect. That one, it was like, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, whatever.
Right.
So she had me kind of there, but honestly, I saw it. So I grew up, as I mentioned to you, in Houston's 2nd Ward.
Yeah.
That's the inner city. I could literally walk to downtown Houston.
Oh, wow.
It took me about 20 minutes to get there, but I could get it.
Right.
So to say it was low to modicum is really, really an understatement. That you could see the hardships of your neighbors and folks. Yeah. I had an appreciation. I would look at other folks, and I don't care who you are. Everybody has a story to teach. True. Whether you're a successful person or whether you're homeless, you have a story to teach. And unfortunately, I got to see a number of those stories come before my very eyes. Oh, really? And I came to a crossroads. Hey, what path do I want to take? Yeah. I decided to go with the ladder and do certain things.
Congratulations on that. Straight and narrow. Fun questions. Here we go.
There you go.
Let's see. What fictional character do you identify with most and why? And you can't say Batman because we talked about Batman off the air. Are you really? All right, you can say Batman.
Socks.
All right, you can wear Batman. All right, Batman. So is it Batman? Is it safe to assume? I don't like to assume.
Of course. It's Batman. It's Batman or Snoopy. And I say Snoopy because there was, I know I'm going to two totally different extremes, but, there was photos of me as a kid, and I had a Snoopy doll on one end. And God bless, man, I lost the photos, but there were several photos when I was a kid, infant, holding Batman, and Batman kind of stuck to me for quite some time, so it's those two.
Very nice. Okay, so man, that's interesting because we were talking about our favorite Batmans. We both chose Christian Bale. Of
That's
course.
right. That's right.
He's
more real, man. He's more real.
Yeah.
Where's he?
I get it.
There you go.
All right, so I have yet to bring on a guest that has claimed fair as a life core value. And so what about the word fair had you listed as a life value? Did you mean fair as in like fair, like judgment fair, or did you mean like the state fair where you're feeling funnel cakes that day, or
so I mean fair as a judgment fair. Everybody should be given their fair shot.
True.
As mentioned to you just a bit ago, I've seen a number of stories unfold.
Okay.
Some good, some great, some not so good, and some just darn right ugly.
True. Okay.
And when we're coming up, we just want our fair share. Our fair shot. Yeah. You're very successful. You're here in media. Man, you look great. You look like $1 million.
All praise to the Most High, man.
All praise to the Most High. That's right. You were given your shot. Yeah. God allowed you to go ahead and do certain things. And I'm a firm believer. We all just want a fair shot at whatever it may be. True. Fair shot at that job, fair shot at that a place on that team, whether it's a football or what. Fair shot at that girl. As teenagers, we had that wish and want, and we're like, hey, but whatever it may be, just fairness. Mm-hmm. We have that opportunity to go ahead and do and showcase what we can do. And unfortunately, there's a good amount of folks out there in the community that doesn't have that.
Mm-hmm. I truly believe that. And in those types of situations, you mentioned earlier, everyone's got a story to tell. You learn more from your mistakes than your accomplishments.
You really do.
Really do. Stumbled upon. So do you feel like, having 3 kids, and you're about to have an empty nest soon, and fingers crossed you're about to be on that city council spot.
Hopefully, if the viewers go ahead and elect me, then yeah. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. So with that, do you feel like you were able to instill that within your kiddos, before they already left? Because you got one left in the nest. Tell me about that. What was that like raising all 3 kiddos? Because I don't have any kids that I know of, and my wife hates that joke. So.
Not yet, my friend. Not yet. Yeah. And you're probably looking at me like, man, don't wish that on me right now. Knock on wood, though.
Right. I'm over here like, Dosey doing with these knock on woods right
there you go. But I'll say this. I've been told it's a lot easier having 3 boys, which is what I have. And I think God has really blessed me with these 3 boys, as mentioned to you. They can drive you crazy at times, right? Yeah. But I wouldn't trade them in for anything in the world. I mean, sometimes you laugh and do your thing, and then sometimes they just drive you super seriously crazy. But at the end of the day, and I do think that these boys have had opportunities to talk with and visit with mayors and Congress folks, sports celebrities, and otherwise. As a matter of fact, Devin, my middle son, wants to be a teacher. Right. Adrian, whether he liked it or not, has been with me. As a matter of fact, he's here in the studio now. Okay. And it's just showcasing, hey, look, there's another life out there. That's not to say that they're going to choose public service in the career path that I'm personally taking. Right. Even though I'd love to go ahead and have them follow in that step, myself and my other family, but they at least will contribute in their own way back to the community that they live in. And when all is said and done, at the end of the day, that's the most important thing for me. As mentioned to you about my wife, I mean, God bless her, because, serving on the school board, I tell you, I'm the highest paid trustee out there, which is 0. Yeah. There's no trustee in the state of Texas that nobody gets paid. Yeah. And as a matter of fact, a lot of us tend to, we spend a lot of time dealing with district issues. We spend a good amount of our own personal money to do that.
Wow.
And the support aspect of my wife and my kids and them seeing what we're doing, which is basically the overall growth of not only our family holistically, but also our community, and seeing where our community can go ahead and rise, and seeing our neighbors and our students, kids, go up to do greater things. I mean,
that's what's up.
I feel like I'm paid tenfold in that aspect. So,
I concur.
And for my son to go ahead and want to go ahead and follow in the footsteps of his mother and go into public education directly, cheap seats, we're the bosses, right? We'll go out, we'll do the photo, boom, and then we're out. We'll talk and we'll get some things. But I mean, when all is said and done, boots on the ground, it's the teachers inside that classroom. It's the teachers' aides. It's staff out there making sure that the kids are fed, that the kids are transported, safely from home to school and school back to home. Nurses making sure that, unfortunately, under these trying times of COVID, that they're healthy, or as healthy as they can be. I mean, it's a team thing, and I'd like to think that each and every one of my sons, my individual sons, has seen that, hey, look, there's something else out there, whether it's just getting involved in a community cleanup or a food drive or just becoming a teacher or otherwise.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. See, that's exciting, because that electricity is contagious. It's good to have that
I think so.
mindset. All right, would you rather have wings but you can't fly, or gills but you can't swim?
Probably gills, because even though I can't swim, because the wings, man, if I can't fly, I mean, it's just kind of in the way, don't you think?
Yeah, they're just like for show. You have to get all your
exactly.
suits retailored with wing holes.
Exactly. I mean, if I was Hawkman, then hey, that'd be a different deal. I could fly and all, and he's got muscles and the whole thing. But yeah, no. I mean, if it's just there, it's just kind of in the way, and everything kind of gets whatever. So
I was gonna say, would you rather have your kids be traded off as a way for you to create your own movie with Jimmy Smits as you playing Batman or something, like Xavier Herrera is Batman played by Jimmy Smits or something? Or would you rather have your kiddos, get everything they want in life? That's kind of a trippy one.
Depends on the time of day, but right now I'm going to go ahead and just go with I want the embetterment of them. And as much as I love Jimmy, or Edward James Olmos, I'll go ahead and stand aside and let them go about their stuff.
That's what's up. All right, so the word simple has literally 10 different meanings, by the way.
Right.
I did a late night radio show on this one. 10 different meanings, the word simple.
Okay.
Which meaning did you mean when you mentioned simple as one of your core values in life?
Yeah, so when you're going through your dealings, right? Government.
Right.
Government, no matter where you're at, no matter what form of government, whether it's a school board, a water district, a city, a county, state or federal government, everybody thinks of the black hole or the red tape or if there's a problem, we need to fix it.
Yeah.
We need to quit with everything. And what's the simple problem? Have you ever been in a meeting and you have these experts and you walk out of the meeting more confused than you ever walked into the meeting?
Yeah.
And you're looking at your colleagues and going, what did we just waste 2-3 hours on?
Yeah.
And I have no idea what they meant.
That meeting could have been an email.
That really could have, right? That really could have. I've been in a number of those meetings, and I'll have to say, in everything, let's cut it. I love to talk. I'm in politics. My wife hates it that I'm constantly talking and whatnot. But, if we have real issues and we're talking about a budget, for example, or if we're talking about real life issues that impact our citizenry, enough.
Yeah.
We need to go ahead. What's the problem? How do we fix it? And then let's get it done.
That's what's up.
That's what I mean by simple. And a lot of these issues can be cut simply by just doing the simple things and addressing it and going on.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, would you rather have a magic carpet fly you around as transportation in Texas, or a life-size drone? So you're either going to be flying around in a drone or on a magic carpet.
Ooh, that's a tough one. Okay, so I'm riding on a drone or riding on a carpet.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to go ahead and go with a carpet because I can lay out, or I can sit down, do my, get on my iPad or my laptop and do some work while I'm going.
How did you know that the Magic Carpet had Wi-Fi? That's so ingenious of you to actually jump ahead and think of that.
Buddy, if I'm going to jump on a Magic Carpet, it's going to have the whole full shebang, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
Bells and whistles. That's
it.
what's up. That's what's up. All right, cool. Last question. Determined or determination. I love either as a life value. I think that those are very noble life values. Can you recall a time where your determination put you in a tough spot and how you got through it?
So I'll say this. As mentioned to you, I've been involved in a number of organizations.
Right.
As a matter of fact, I sit as the vice president for the Gulf Coast Area Association of School Boards, which encompasses 60 school districts throughout the Gulf Coast region. I also sit as a statewide organization for the Mexican American School Boards Association. And, been involved with Catholic Charities, Fort Bend Boys and Girls Club. I've been blessed to be in a number of leadership roles.
So many, yeah.
One thing that I'll have to say, and it was quite tenacious and quite, it definitely had its tribulations, if you will.
Yep.
One organization, and I won't go ahead and name the name if that's okay with you.
Sure, yeah, no worries.
We were picking our executive director.
Yeah.
I have one candidate that is highly educated.
Yep.
I have another candidate that just graduated, got her master's degree.
Okay.
But this other candidate was, he had a wealth of experience, senior leadership roles. This other candidate, while she was a great candidate, quite articulate, really jovial, didn't have the ins, if you will.
Gotcha.
So when myself and a number of the other board of directors sat down and we were selecting our executive director, one who was more of a senior member of the board of directors said, we're going to go ahead and go with this other one.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, time out. Why?
Yeah, right.
She told me and everybody there in the boardroom, basically because the gentleman was homosexual.
Ooh, because of that.
Yeah, I was like, okay, first off, do you know how many state of Texas employment laws we would be violating if we had that?
Boom.
But number two, again, we talk about fairness. I want my shot at the sun. You want yours. Everybody wants theirs. I personally can't look at you man to man. As you know, I have 3 children. I have a wife, very heterosexual. But who am I hiring? Who is my face?
The merits,
The merits of everything.
There you go.
And I can't look at you man to man. Look at my sons. Look at our body, our membership body, and say, hey, look, we picked the best candidate. I can't do it.
Yeah.
No, we've got the right person. He brings the best opportunity for our organization.
Yeah.
And this is where I'm going. This is why we're going this way, or at least what I feel I should go.
There we go.
I was quite supported by a number of folks. I was actually surprised by that one because when you looked at that membership, I thought I was going to tank hard.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, okay, okay. But that's actually a proud moment because when we talk about fairness, when we talk about not picking on certain folks for whatever reason or another.
Right.
I'm Hispanic, but I'm overweight. I'm balding on the top of my head. I see you got a full hair and all. None of us want to be looked at negatively.
Right.
None of us.
Definitely.
We just want our fair shot at the sun to go ahead and do what we can go ahead and do, provide for ourselves or our family, and showcase who we are as the individual or our organization. And that's what I'm about.
That's what's up. And there's enough sun for everyone. I concur, man. I concur. And I guess before we sign off today, is there anything you want to say to our amazing viewers out there paying attention to this whole conversation tonight?
Well, as mentioned, my name's Xavier Herrera, and I am running for the City of Stafford, Texas City Council, position number 5. And if you live in Stafford, if you're registered to vote, I would wholeheartedly appreciate your support and, more importantly, your vote, your confidence in me. Give me a shot is all I ask. You give me a shot. If I fail you for whatever reason, then don't reelect me. But, I believe that knowing me and taking a look at me, Xavier Herrera for Stafford City Council on Facebook or any of the other social media platforms that we're on, Instagram or Twitter. You'll be quite impressed, I'd like to think. All I ask for again is a shot at representing you. Xavier Herrera, Stafford City Council, position number 5. And remember, when you're in that ballot box, X marks the spot.
Hey, that's what's up. I want to thank you so much, Xavier, for coming
Thank
through.
you very much for having me here today.
Of course, man. And I know we had a crazy schedule. I truly appreciate you for sticking around. It's just late Sunday night now.
That's
and,
okay.
We want to thank as well everybody out there watching on this beautiful, lovely Sunday evening. Hopefully you're staying safe and out of danger's way and winter's way, because winter's going crazy here in Texas. And truly appreciate everybody working overtime, the late night, Sunday night vibes. Thank y'all so much for joining us. You could have been anywhere in the world. You're here with us. We appreciate that. Signing off today, this is Anil Suhani with Late Night Vibes with Anil Suhani here on NTV Houston. H-Town, till I stay down.